My book, The Shapes of Dogs' Eyes, is about a young man who moves to London. He starts staying on the sofas of his brother and a few acquaintances he made in working in bars. He came to London to sort of be part of the craft beer revolution, as it were. And so he starts working in a craft beer bar in Hackney. And he meets all these really interesting characters, and he sort of thinks, he discovers what he thinks is a plot run by dogs to subdue humans. He sees a lot of young couples who he sort of assumes are afraid of moving on with their lives or breaking up, people who are afraid of change, and instead of having children or anything, they just sort of get a dog and project their emotions on the dogs. And he's trying to he wants to free the humans, I suppose. But in the end, he falls in love with a young actress, and in the end, he finds that the thing he's trying to fight against is actually what he wants most of all. I suppose it's a sort of search for self-truth, and kind of about growing as well as a young man. Because I was working in a bar at the time, and I started writing the book on bits of till paper, and in the end I had a sort of plastic bag just full of like the first really rough draft. It was just on bits of till paper. I just saw lots of potential to sort of record real human stories based on the people that I'd met. I'd heard so many interesting stories from so many different people, writers and artists, especially in this part of London. And I remember sitting in my brother's flat, and I was just watching TV, hanging out with his housemate's dog, and I noticed that her eyes were there was like the pupil wasn't round; it had a little sort of corner in it, and that's sort of how I thought. I guess the title. I just like to. It was kind of like an exercise in finding self-truth for myself, which I then sort of projected upon the characters. It seems like everyone's kind of floating around the area, trying to make it as an artist or trying to sell their own story. But because it's difficult to do that and survive in this kind of area where it's very expensive, all these people are working in bars because they're jobs you can do during the day or in the evening, and other times you can work on the things you really care about. And so the bartender, he really cares about just working in bars. That's his thing. And then he starts to fall out of love with it because he realises that it's quite a cutthroat business. He makes friends with the manager, and then it turns out the manager's ready to stab his staff in the back for the sake of just making some money. Whereas he's always been under the impression that it's a really soulful kind of job because it's just full of real people just trying to make it. He kind of takes hits from the people he's talking to. Based on his ambition, because all he wants to do is just work in a bar, and as the story unravels, he realises that actually he completely hates it, which is quite devastating for him, really, because he thought, this is actually quite easy, because having ambition is very difficult. Can be a very difficult thing when you're trying to do something. Like all his friends are trying to do something, musicians or writers, and he's just like, this is easy. I'm doing what I want to do, and then it sort of gets taken away from him. But it's not so. But kind of for the better, because he grows. He sort of helps in a way. He starts realising that, and then pushes it away himself. I guess they're all kind of parodies of what they want to be, really.
Is the book a satire?
Yeah, it's meant to be. It's meant to poke fun. It's meant to be sort of self-mocking and poking fun at the lead characters, the main character in particular.